To the frigid northern city of Bruma comes Alessia, the reincarnated hero of old Cyrodiil. Her quest to recruit the Countess of Bruma to her and Mazoga's book club, which currently has 2 members. We've been reading Azura and the Box this week. It's a strange one, inspiring but also quite sad, and I'm not certain Mazoga understood it entirely.
Well met, milady. Good day. I'm Tolkien, herald to Countess Narina Carvane here in Bruma. She requests your company at your earliest convenience.
Does she now? I'm surprised word of our book club has spread so fast. Or is it in fact possible that she wants to see me regarding a completely different matter?
Countess Carvane would prefer if you speak to her in person. She also said to present you with this stipend as a taste of things to come. My lady holds court from 8 in the morning until 6 in the evening each day. That would be the best time to see her.
Stands to reason. A stipend now. She must want me for something.
Safe journey, milady.
The hour was yet early, and Countess Carvane would not be holding court. Alessia decided to stand very, very still for hours upon end until the good Countess should show up for business.
The news from Anvin is terrible. Have you heard about the attack on the chapel there?
The servants of the devil slaughtered on the very altar of love. Truly shocking.
No!
Sure.
I've heard much about your deeds from my people in Bruma. I trust the stipend Tolkien gave you whetted your appetite.
Well, it has whet my curiosity. Are you that eager to join the book club?
Good point. Allow me to formally introduce myself. I'm Countess Narina Carvane. I assume you've noticed all the Akaviri relics I'm displaying.
Alessia nodded politely.
Well, it's safe to say I'm a collector of sorts. I've invested a great deal of time and money acquiring these bits of ancient history. In fact, I'd be so bold as to proclaim my collection the most complete in all Cyrodiil, perhaps even beyond. Except for one thing. A particular relic has eluded me for many years. Possessing this piece of Akaviri antiquity would make my collection complete. I'm of course referring to the Draconian Madstone.
Of course you are. It's probably the most well-known Madstone, and by far the most draconian out of all 16 and a half of known Madstones in the world.
The stone is a fine bit of Akaviri craftsmanship. Worn like an amulet, this talisman is said to protect the wearer from poisons of any type. The Madstone appears as a snake coiled around and encircling itself. The eyes of the snake are supposed to be precious gems or some such. Through my sources, I've learned that the last reported location of the Madstone was the ruins at Pale Pass.
Pale Pass, of course, it all makes sense. That pass hasn't had any sun in years.
Are you familiar with the history of Pale Pass?
Well, to tell you the truth, Countess, no. I did miss quite a lot of history while I was being a hillock.
Back at the end of the First Era, raiders from the continent of Akavir attempted to gain a foothold here in Tamriel. At that time, the Empire was broken into smaller factions. Raymond Cyrodiil decided to unify them and form an army to repel the Akaviri raiders. The force became known as the Army of Raymond. The 2 armies clashed in what's now northern Cyrodiil. The Akaviri were strong and well supplied. But their greatest error was marching through Morrowind on the way to their objective and dismissing the response it would garner from Vivec. They didn't count on Lord Vivec forming an alliance with the Trident Kings of the Dreg. From Morrowind, he struck at their rear flank. Not only did this make the Akaviri fight on 2 fronts, it also cut off access to reinforcements and supplies from the sea.
Well, it sounds as though that was it for the Akaviri army.
Not quite. The army of Raymond knew that the organized Akaviri forces were commanded from a hidden post in the mountains. Rumors placed it in a snowy vale called Pale Pass. That's where Raymond focused his attention. As his forces fought their way across the Jerall Mountains, the Akaviri suddenly surrendered. It was assumed they were overwhelmed and gave up. The only strange part was that the command post and Pale Pass were never found. It was dismissed as a rumor, and the army of Raymond celebrated. It's come to my attention that the post did exist, and it happens to be the last reported location of the Draconian Madstone.
Well, that stands to reason. Now, would you perchance like me to go and fetch you said Madstone?
If you retrieve the Draconian Madstone for me, I'll be happy to compensate you by rewarding you with another Akaviri artifact. Are you game?
Well, it is a chapter of history I'd be happy to learn more about. All right, I'll do it.
I had a feeling you'd accept. Good. Then let me tell you how you're going to find the Madstone. I've come into the possession of a diary written by an Akaviri messenger. I suspect that the text within can lead you to the ruins. Here's a translation of the passages we could still read. It was quite damaged. I've also included a rough map that was drawn in the diary as well. I'm also providing you with a unique key that was supposedly found with the diary. I'm assuming it'll prove useful when you arrive at the site. I paid several scouts to try and find the ruins at Pale Pass before I hired you. They were only able to locate the first of a series of landmarks. These landmarks are mentioned within the diary. The one referred to as Dragonclaw Rock has been located. I'll mark it on your map. The rest is up to you. My scouts reported bitter cold and dangerous creatures in the area, so they couldn't proceed. Be cautious and return home soon. Good luck.
I'll be back soon, Countess, unless I'm not back soon.
May the path ahead be free of danger.
And so, our intrepid heroine began her quest to Dragonclaw Rock. Since Madame Clippyclop the Elder was still lost in the hills, she hoofed it there on foot. Dragonclaw Rock. It looks nothing like one. A claw, that is. It does somewhat resemble a rock. I should see what the Akaviri diary has to say for itself vis-a-vis directions. Dear Diary, I am currently in the process of invading Tamriel in what they'd no doubt consider the First Era. This diary is probably going to be extremely boring for a stranger to read, and I'm talking mondo boring, absolutely sleep-inducingly boring, and completely pointless to read. So the diary is most likely a dead end. Well, in that case, the map... If this is Dragonclaw Rock, it seems I need to go west towards this statue, then north until... Is that the Pale Pass? With the greatest precision she could manage, Alessia headed due west in search of the statue. I can't see any other statues nearby, so this must be the one. My, if it survived since the Akaviri invasion, it must be at least 60 or 70 years old. Anyway, north from here. This must be the Pale Pass. It doesn't look as pale as the surrounding snow, but I'll keep an open mind. Alessia crept into the mysterious, not very pale cave. There she found a dead Akaviri soldier, probably the one who'd carried the original diary. She also found ogres. Piles of them. Just wall-to-wall ogres. On closer inspection, one of the ogres turned out to be a door, an easy mistake for anybody to make. Golly, this must be the Pale Pass. It doesn't look terribly pale at night, though. So the Draconian Mardstone must be somewhere down there. Hopefully with no more ogres. They truly are like onions. If I have to chop up another ogre in here, I will cry. Fortunately, this castle seems more skeleton-sized than ogre-sized. A relaxing change of pace. I suppose on balance it may be skeletons, not ogres, which are my least favorite kind of monster. Everywhere hurts, even my hair hurts. I don't understand how that's possible.
We've awaited your arrival, messenger. You have made a long and perilous journey, but there is no time to rest. The army of Raymond is at our doorstep, and our supplies have dwindled. We have awaited your arrival. Tell us, what news do you bring from Akaviri?
It's the Akaviri commander. But what if I give him this old tablet? I'm one of the Akaviri messengers. Here are your new orders, Mixhashi, my man.
Well done, soldier. Your mission is complete, and you have my thanks. Now we may rest. Long live the Akaviri.
Damn straight. Long live the Akavir. Much longer than the Cyrodiil, no doubt. As the ancient commander faded from view, the door slid open to the castle's long-lost treasure room. Surely this would be the hiding place of the Draconian Madstone. This must be it! Finally! It looks exactly how I imagined a Draconian Madstone looking. Ooh, and what might be locked away in here? A spare Madstone? You never know. Several hours, thankfully without ogres later, Alessia made her triumphant return to Bruma.
Have you recovered the Madstone?
I have. Just call me Alessia Croft, Pass Raider.
I never thought it possible. I mean, I had hoped. But to actually hold it in my hands. Oh, it's more beautiful than I imagined it. Congratulations. I had a feeling you were the right person for the job. And it seems I owe you a reward. This Akaviri ring was found with the messenger's diary. It awards the wearer with increased agility and resistance to harmful magic. It's known as the Ring of the Viper Eye. I hope it serves you well in your future journeys.
That means a lot coming from you. I'm sure you'll take good care of the Madstone as well.
May luck be always on your side.
I thought she might want it as a trinket to prove how rich she is, but no, she was almost in tears. The Ring of the Viper Eye. I shall treasure it always.